Hey everyone, happy Monday. This is Mr. Dietz with the Teacher Notes to Self podcast. I don't know what to do with this job. Every job has its struggles. And yet, this is really tough. And it just doesn't feel like there's a way to make it untough. Like, it doesn't become easier. Every other teacher I have talked to, without fail, like right now, the other science teachers, the other math teachers that I've talked to, they have all said that this year is rocking them. And I don't know what all is going into that, or what the cause is, or what it is. But like, as a first year teacher, I'm trying to get a sense of like, is this normal? Like, should I expect this to be the norm? Is this supposed to be, I know it's supposed to be hard, like first year as a teacher. Like, I'm doing this podcast because it's supposed to be supposed to be really, really hard, and I wanted to process through it. Like, I knew that. Like, I knew to expect hard. But I don't know. Like, can I take it? Like, can I keep doing this? I don't have any intentions or hopes or like expectations to like do this for just a year and then ditch. Like, that is not what I want to do. Like, I want to do this faithfully, and I want to do it well, and I want to grow in it, and I want to get better at it, and I know that that will happen, and it is happening. It's just crazy. It's not just me. Like, yeah, all other teachers that I've talked to have said that it's crazy. And when I talk to admin, like, there's so many factors of why this is crazy this year. There's schedule change from last year. There's higher number of students per class. I'm going to put this down to wave it around. Higher number of students per class. There's all these after effects still of like post-COVID repercussions from schools shutting down for a long time, and then kind of the impacts that that's had on each academic year, or each class of students. There's a lot of things. The question I have is, what do I do about it? Like, I have to figure out how to survive and grow toward thriving. Like, I want to do well. I want to have fun. And I want to be productive. And I want to have an impact. And that's why I'm doing this job, is because I want to have a positive influence on these kids' lives. This is like pouring into my community, and I'm here for it. I just need to know how. And that is the constant, perennial question. It feels like a moving target, and there's so many different factors to it. So, oh man, someone asked me in the comment section if I'm all right. And after a week like last week, I have to say, not really, but I'm going to be. I'm going to be. I have to be. But also, like, you have hard weeks and you bounce back and you learn from it and you grow for the next week, the next day, the next hour, the next class, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm bouncing back and I'm going to be all right. It just was a hard week, and it's a hard week again. Feels like feels like we're there again because we have parent-teacher conferences this week. So so that's a thing. Which means that we are working for 2 more hours outside of school, outside of contract time. I guess it's technically, I don't know how they like fit it in technically with the contract hours, but they have minimum days, but it's like an hour shorter, but we're working for 2 more hours each day. So I'm not sure how that math works. Anyways, I have a training, the first year workshop training all day tomorrow. So I had to do all kinds of like sub-plan preparation today because I'm going to be out of the classroom tomorrow. But then I still have parent-teacher conferences from 5:30 to 7:30 tomorrow. So that's my late day tomorrow, so that parents who work all day and get home at 5:30 or 5 or whatever can have an opportunity to sign up and meet with their teachers. And I have plenty of parents to meet up with. All of my slots were filled. And so I only have 8 minutes of these virtual conversations to have a check-in with these parents. And those are back to back to back to back, 12 each day. So it's gonna be a lot. So I'm kind of gearing up for that. Tomorrow, I'll be out of the classroom, so I'll be doing a workshop. Yeah. We're not all right. Like that person who asked in the comment section, like, are you okay? Like, for real? Like, are you doing all right? Teachers are not all right. And yet it feels like there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing other people can do about it. It just is what it is. And we're not going to solve all of education's problems right now. We're not. So I'm going to leave it at that, because I could keep on talking and trying to like work through it, and there's nothing to work through. But I don't know how to do it. I had 2 meetings this morning. An SST meeting, which is systems of support, synchronized systems of support, or something like that. Systematized, synchronized systems of support. I don't know what it stands for, actually. Can't remember. And then an IEP meeting, which actually thankfully got canceled, but then it was supposed to be tomorrow, but I can't be there because I'm in my training all day tomorrow. And then I had another meeting after school today with a parent, which was an extra meeting on top of my already scheduled 6 hours this week of parent-teacher conferences. And all this stuff is good. Like it's good to connect with parents. I want there to be parents who are signing up. I want to have time where they're available because it's later in the day. I want to be available for them. I'm just trying to figure out how to hold it all together. How to do it all while prepping, while having time to grade, while working on my classroom management techniques and strategies so that students are held accountable and are supported to focus on the work and not to be distracted or not to be putting it off, or like to motivate them, to help them to be motivated to learn what they need to learn to graduate and to move on prepared for life. That's what I want. I want all of those things, and I want to do it well. So we'll come back to this tomorrow, because this has been a super long video and I am tired and I'm going to go home, and I will see you all next time. All right. Thanks for chatting. Reach out to your teachers. If you're a student, reach out to your teachers, reach out to your administrators, reach out to your board, the board members. Don't just shrug it off as, oh, that's just how it is, because it doesn't have to be this way. I don't know what the solution is, but if we do it together, if the community comes together, we can help our students, we can help our schools, we can help our teachers. Because our students are not going to do well if our teachers are not doing well, right? I cannot be there and be fully present for my students if I am falling apart. I don't think I'm falling apart right now, but I'm imagining teachers falling apart on a large scale, and that does not go well for students and for the future of our communities. So we need to figure this out. All right, but we can do it. We can work together, and we'll get there. So thank you all, and we'll try again next time. All right, see ya. Hey everyone, it's a different video today, right? Happy Tuesday, the best day of the week. And it's parent-teacher conferences night, so as you can tell, it is dark. I have my car already on so that I can get this light on so that I can take this video really quickly before I go home. It's 7:45 at night, and I haven't eaten dinner, and I'm super tired. But it's not so bad. It was actually really good to connect with teachers, or to connect with parents. My brain is fried. My brain is super fried, but it was good. It feels like this is what we're there for, right? We're there to care for these students, and I'm all about that. And connecting with parents is a big piece of that. As a parent, like I really appreciate the time to do this, and it's not always easy, and it's not easy to be up late or whatever, but like this is what we need to do to be able to connect with parents and be there for these kids. So with that said, I do want to say my check-in yesterday, my video yesterday, which feels like so long ago right now. Check-in yesterday, I went on a whole long rant. It ended up being like this long video. I may edit it down, so you may get a little shorter version of it, but it's coming out of some real feeling. A friend of mine texted me after watching last week's podcast episode, and checked in to see how I was doing. I haven't had time to respond yet, but I will do that. But anyways, it's real, and also sometimes you just need a place to rant. Maybe this is not that place, but I do think you all getting to see the realness of that is important, which is kind of, and it's not just for you all, but it's for me. It's for me to be able to look back at this, right, and say, well, that's what I was feeling at that point. And there are reasons for that. And what can we do about that going forward? What can I do differently going forward? What can we do about teaching as a vocation and education as a system? And it's important work. It's good work. And now it's time to go home. So thank you all. Hope you all have a good night. I'm ready to go sleep, eat some food, and then sleep. So I will catch you all later, next time, bright and early, when I get up to teach again. So we'll try again next time. All right, bye. Hey everyone, it's Wednesday. Wait, is it? Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's been a long day, a long week, but it is 5:40, which is not that far off from when I would normally get off. And I just finished parent-teacher conferences. So minimum day, shorter day, plus parent-teacher conferences makes for a regular full day. Well, one of my full days, which is usually ends at 5:30. All right. Well, it was a okay day. Not the best. Not the absolute worst. It was okay. I've got some work to do with some of my classes from a classroom management standpoint. My training on Tuesday, yesterday. Man, the days are so long. Like yesterday feels like so long ago. Woo. Yesterday was my all-day training, and we talked about maintaining student engagement. And that's on me if they're not engaged. The whole like proverb is like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And the idea behind teaching that helps maintain student motivation is that you can't make them drink, but you can salt the oats, I guess is a thing that you can do. You can put salt in the oats that they're eating when they get hungry, and that makes them thirsty, right? So the idea is you can't make your students drink, but you can make them thirsty, right? A good teacher helps kind of stir their thirst for learning. And I would love to do that with these students. That would be so cool to see that happen. And I don't know how to do it. I don't know. So I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying a lot of things, but also there's a lot of things I know that I should have done before or should be doing currently, but now I need to like go backwards with some of my classroom management stuff. And so I had a conversation with another teacher today kind of about this, where like the first year you do these things and then you almost like can't even see it until you get through the year and you look back at it and you notice, oh, well, that could have been different. Like I could have done something earlier on that made this other thing not happen, right? It kind of prevented this behavior, or it allowed space for students to be more engaged instead of having to like backpedal, which is what I feel like I have to do now, which sucks. It really is a sucky feeling. Like, oh, I screwed up. Now I have to go like dig myself out of a hole. But that's what it feels like. It feels like I screwed up with some of these classes and I have to go dig myself out of a hole from a classroom management standpoint. But that's what I'll do, because that's what we have to do to show up and try to get as many of these students as possible to grow, to learn, to step into who they're meant to be, and to think about the world outside of themselves and to think about others outside of themselves. And that's, I think, ultimately, like, hopefully, ideally, what science can lead people toward, right? Which is to understand how the world outside of yourself works and how you can use your knowledge of that world to help people, right? The best science is applied to ways that make the world a better place, right? That help others. Science is a way to serve your community, to serve others. And I want to help them see that. But right now, high school, like, you care about your boyfriend or girlfriend, you care about your buddies and the parties that they're going to, or the football game, or the gossip, or whatever, right? There's so many other things to care about. And it's a constant kind of battle, tug of war, to draw them to see their studies and their academics as integral and a part of who they are, just as much as their social life is. So that's that. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I want to work on it because it needs work. So that's what I feel about today. It was not great. It needs work. Now the question is, what am I going to do about it? And then talking to parents was good today. It's a good practice to talk with the parents, and a lot of times it's the students who are already doing really well, and their parents are like, just want to hear that their kids are doing well. But I did have a couple good, really, really good, actually, touch-based conversations about students who really need some support. And I'm glad that there was time for that. So, yep. All right, I gotta go. This has been the Teacher Notes to Self podcast with Mr. Dietz, and we will try again next time. All right, I'll see you then. Bye. Hey, everyone. It's Thursday. This is Mr. Dietz with the Teacher Notes to Self podcast. And we did it. We did parent-teacher conferences. Hooray. Good job, everyone. Me and parents and everyone involved. It's a lot for the parents to do, right? They have these little 8-minute meetings with their kids' teachers, and they have to somehow feel, well, a lot of these parents are the ones who are already really involved, and they want to know that their kid is in good hands, and that they have some kind of control, even though this is the time where they're kind of letting go of control, right? As their student is getting more and more freedom and individuality, and kind of exploring more of who they are and who they're becoming. So it's a lot for parents to do this. So I try to kind of keep that in mind during the conferences, and had some really good ones today and yesterday, and but I'm glad to be done. I'm tired. Also, happy Halloween. Today actually is Halloween, even though you're going to be getting this video a little bit later. So I hope you all enjoyed your time. I'm about to go trick-or-treating with my family, so it'll be fun. I'm a bird watcher today because my children are birds. And so my wife and I are bird watchers, and it's the best. We did this last year, so that's a double win, right? We don't have to buy new costumes. So I'm excited for that. I think some of the issues in my classes are still there. So I'm going to come back to those tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm just glad to be through the conferences. And that's that. Yeah, I'm going to make this short today and just going to cut it off. And there's probably more I could reflect on with the parent-teacher conferences. But I feel like I've done enough reflecting this week, at least I don't have a whole lot more in me right now because I need to get home and get to my family, and we're going to just call it there. All right. So I hope you all have a good night or enjoyed your Halloween time. I'm about to go enjoy it now, and we will try again tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. All right. So good night, everyone. Bye. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. Also, happy November 1st. It's November now, so that's exciting. And parent-teacher conferences are done. I know they were done last night when I did that last video, but I just feel good about this week. I feel good that we got through it first, but also just I feel good about the conversations that we had. So again, this is the Teacher Notes to Self podcast with Mr. Dietz, and I'm walking through my time as a first-year teacher, and it's my first time going a whole week doing parent-teacher conferences just on my own. So it was new and nerve-wracking and all kinds of things, but also like really in alignment with my philosophy. Like overall, like when I've thought about my philosophy of education, it's always been like community centered, community focused. Like these students come into this classroom for a little bit out of their day, for a little bit out of their lives, and all of the rest of their lives are within their communities and their homes and their families. And so I want to support that and not drive a wedge between who they are outside of class and who they become as a part of learning in my class. So it's good. It was really good to have a lot of those conversations. It's super quick. Sometimes it feels like I wish that I could talk with every single one of the parents. There's just not time for that, or the parents don't have time for that, right? So there's all kinds of, I don't know, roadblocks, issues to solve for that one. But generally, like, this is a great way to kind of connect with my students' communities directly through their parents, right? Who they are outside of the class. And I want that to go both ways. And so it was actually, there were a couple parents who like work in marine science and in environmental science. And I might be able to line up some visits for them to give presentations and stuff. So that's really cool. And then I've also been able to have some conversations where I've done some good teamwork with the parents to help solve some issues that have come up. And that happened actually for a couple students. So that was really good. Like, I'm really glad that happened. And I'm also really glad that it's over. But I feel proud, right? Like I feel proud of this week and of the work that the kids are doing and that we're doing as a class. And today I had like a quick, some quick ideas that I wanted to put into practice in my classroom, and they worked pretty well, I think, to help support all students to show their learning. And I think that, I mean, we'll see how the scores turn out, and my different classes might be at different places with all of that, but I feel good about, I feel good about kind of how I've been able to help students be accountable for their learning this week. So that's a win. That's great. And now the idea is, how do I carry that forward? How do I help that momentum carry forward? And I have some ideas for next week that I'm going to try, and we'll talk about that when we get there. Right now, I'm going to go home because it's Friday and I'm ready to go home. So tomorrow we actually have some lacrosse happening. We've got a lacrosse scrimmage between the boys and the girls. We're going to be wearing costumes. It's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. And Maybe I'll get this video up while that's happening tomorrow. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next time. All right. So thanks for being here. Share this with your friends. Share this with your teammates, with your family, whatever. If you in some way feel some resonance with the ideas that we talk about here, with struggle of being a teacher, of being a first-year teacher, I have all kinds of more struggles I could share from this week about the scheduling and the all kinds of stuff. Maybe we'll get to that next week. I'm just going to celebrate the win from this week, and I think that's important to do also. And so that's kind of what I'm practicing now. So share this with your friends, and like, comment. You can subscribe. You can see more of this as we go, and we'll see what this turns into. It's gonna be, I don't know how we're gonna use it, but it's gonna be cool to have this to look back on after this year is done, and it's gonna be some good data, I think, to glean what I was going through, what I was learning, all of that. So thank you for being a part of it. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. I will talk to you all next time, and we will try again. All right, bye.